and a sinister smile appeared on his lips. The three, except for Gu Xianer, were extremely worried and said, "What do we do now? The momentum is too strong, we may not be able to handle it. Should we report it to the elders?" The person on the outermost side prepared to take action and said carelessly, "What's there to fear? If the demonic heart erupts, just wake him up." This person was obviously fearless and prepared to take advantage of the situation. Last time, when I wasn't in the clan, he took advantage of the opportunity, but this time. But before he could finish his words, the demonic energy had already flown toward him. Gu Chang'e only used one finger and shouted. The two people beside him didn't have time to react. The person who had just acted tough immediately spat out blood, crashing into the wall and directly went to the underworld. Gu Chang'e stood behind the remaining two, dangerously saying, "Is it your turn now?" The couple hadn't had time to act and froze, dumbfounded, saying, "Young Master Gu, we." Then, the two fell to the ground, a large bump appearing on their heads. Gu Chang'e threw all three to the door of the holy palace, and his body was enveloped in intense demonic energy. Gu Xianer stood up and shouted in shock, "Gu Chang'e." When he turned his head, Gu Xianer retreated in fear. Is it the brother whose demonic heart has erupted? She thought in terror. When we dug out the Dao bone as children, his expression was just like this. Could it be the same as the secret from back then? Gu Chang'e was exactly like this back then. When Gu Chang'e flew toward Gu Xianer, she immediately reacted and dodged to the side. Unfortunately, she dodged too quickly. As a result, she collided with the marble wall behind her, causing a crisp sound from her Dao bone. Gu Xianer thought in fear, no mercy at all. A little blood leaked from the corner of her mouth. Gu Chang'e, surrounded by demonic energy, slowly walked toward Gu Xianer and said indifferently, "The second Nirvana heavenly bone, I spared your life before, almost causing a disaster. I didn't expect you to bring good fortune to Brother Wei. He said he dug it out, yet still wants me to act." Gu Xianer immediately clasped her hands together and shouted, "Sacred artifact, heavenly luo scatter." A very strong defensive umbrella appeared in front of her. However, only a few basic iron chain-like demonic forces pierced through the umbrella, shattering it in an instant. Gu Tianji thought in fear, what could easily destroy a sacred artifact? How strong is this person? Gu Chang'e still wore an extremely fierce expression and shouted loudly, "Don't resist. Hand over your immortal bones, and you'll die more easily." Gu Tianji stood across from him with her hands behind her back, silently chanting a spell, thinking, although continuously activating. Two magic treasures is a bit difficult, I can only use my master's secret treasure now. However, Gu Chang'e didn't give her a chance. Gu Chang'e sneered, stretched out his hand full of demonic energy toward Gu Tianji, and shouted loudly, "Still as foolish as before." A formation suddenly appeared behind her, pulling her body toward Gu Chang'e's hand. The demonic energy said arrogantly, "It's been so long, do you still have any tricks? Don't I know everything about you?" In an instant, Gu Tianji's hands were sealed, unable to move. She thought in despair, so powerful, so cold, there's no way to resist. Am I really going to die in Gu Chang'e's hands today? No wonder he made me train so well. Sooner or later, I'd become strong enough to defeat him. It turns out everything he did before was for this moment. She closed her eyes tightly, thinking in despair. When he was controlled by demonic energy, he gave me more chances to live. Unfortunately, I still. Gu Chang'e calmly said, "Your Dao bone, I'm happy to receive it." Gu Tianji sneered, "If you like it, take it." Suddenly, Gu Chang'e's black eyeballs with purple pupils widened sharply, and his right hand tightly grasped the left hand that held Gu Tianji's hand, shouting loudly, "Get out now." Gu Tianji was released. Gu Chang'e was sent flying, leaving her surprised and confused, not understanding what happened. "Brother Gu Chang'e, what happened?" Gu Chang'e stood on the surface of the water, extremely anxious, shouting loudly, "Don't come near." Two different eye colors appeared on Gu Chang'e's face again. He gritted his teeth in pain, "I can't hurt Tianji." He witnessed everything. Gu Tianji's eyes were filled with tears. On the opposite side, Gu Chang'e constantly emitted intense demonic energy. She shouted loudly, "Brother Gu Chang'e, wake up! What's happening?" Gu Chang'e shouted loudly in a self-directed act, "Stop," leaving her stunned, unsure of what to say. Surrounded by demonic energy, Gu Chang'e tightly gripped his left hand with his right, anxiously and fearfully shouting, "Don't come near me. Don't get close to me." On the opposite side, Gu Tianji was deeply moved, tears flowing continuously. She asked urgently, "What should I do? How can I help you now?" Hearing these words, Gu Chang'e shouted domineeringly, "Get away. I don't need your help. Stay as far away as possible from me." But Gu Tianji insisted on staying. "I won't leave. I can help you, don't you want my Dao bone? The immortal bone after entering nirvana will definitely be useful." She touched her body, and immediately the immortal bone emitted a green light. Gu Tianji said, "I'll extract it for you now." But Gu Chang'e shouted loudly in rationality, "Get away. Don't you understand? You're useless, hurry up and leave. I don't need the bones of trash." Gu Tianji cried non-stop, shouting, "Stop deceiving yourself. Gu Chang'e, you're just a pompous fool. Even now, you're still proud, thinking you can resist by yourself." Gathering all the demonic energy in his left hand, Gu Chang'e sneered, "You fool, if you want to die so easily, I'll grant your wish." At the same time, Gu Chang'e's eyes turned black, and the demonic energy in his eyes was exceptionally brilliant. Immediately, his demonic nature surged towards Gu Xian'er. Just as the hand full of demonic energy was about to grab our little Xian'er, Gu Chang'e rationally stabbed several swords deep into the other hand and spat out a few words, "I told you not to touch her." Blood kept flowing out, dripping onto the nirvana pool. Gu Chang'e was rational, his forehead drenched in sweat, and he said tiredly, "Why cry? It's so ugly." On the other side, Gu Xian'er was overly moved, tears streaming down her face, and Gu Chang'e's bright eyes immediately widened. He pushed Gu Chang'e's body away, angrily saying, "Damn it. If you insist on harming her." Gu Chang'e used his rational mind to strongly activate the incantation, and the light swords that had deeply penetrated his left hand suddenly lit up. Gu Xian'er hurriedly shouted, "Don't." But immediately, a huge burst of light pushed her far away, causing her to scream in pain. Suddenly, a loud shout came from outside the nirvana pool, "No, not good." A beam of light flew by, and even the subordinates were scared out of their wits. Gu Chang'e's father fortunately arrived in time, catching Gu Xian'er and asking with concern, "Xian'er, are you okay?" Gu Xian'er widened her eyes, crying as she said, "Uncle, I'm fine, look at Gu Chang'e. In order not to hurt me, he has already disabled one of his hands." Gu Chang'e's father was secretly shocked when he saw this scene and sighed, saying, "Don't worry, with his cultivation, this injury is nothing. It's good that you're okay." On the other side, Gu Chang'e sat there with a defeated expression, his hand constantly being corroded by immortal energy, his mouth full of blood. Gu Xian'er hurriedly ran over, holding Gu Chang'e in her arms, crying and saying, "Uncle, it seems. He knew he couldn't suppress his demonic nature all along, that's why he kept forcing me to cultivate. To prevent the demonic nature from coveting my immortal bones. He is clearly a gentle person but uses coldness to disguise himself." Gu Chang'e's father didn't know what to say and just sighed aside. After performing his act, Gu Chang'e gently closed his eyes, but Gu Xian'er quickly said, "I will definitely help you solve this problem. It may be difficult, but I will not abandon you." A notification appeared on the toolbar, "Received great affection from Gu Xian'er, luck value increased by 9800. Transitioning to outside the Gu family, the father and son were walking, and during the conversation, Gu Chang'e's father asked, "What impact did the nirvana pool have on you?" Gu Chang'e replied, "It's fine. Now, it's just that Chang'e was careless, which worried everyone." The head of the Gu family said that the demonic heart is a potential disaster and has troubled you in recent years. Gu Chang'e immediately responded, "Father, don't worry, I have suppressed the demonic heart again, there will be no problem." Gu Tian looked at Gu Chang'e and softly said, "This outfit," then mocked, "Well, this outfit looks very fitting, it was bought with quite a bit of Siener savings." Looking back at Gu Chang'e, our Gu Chang'e had already changed into a beautiful new outfit. Gu Chang'e smiled and said, "That miser is really a rare sight." Gu Tian said, "When cultivating, you didn't want to see him, now that you've recovered, you should find a time to explain things to him." Gu Chang'e's expression began to contemplate, and he replied, "Father, don't worry, Chang'e knows what to do." In his heart, he thought, after all, acting should be done properly. In Gu Chang'e's great hall, Yan Ji reported from below, "I sent many people to secretly protect, but I'm afraid they have already discovered us." Gu Chang'e calmly drank tea and said indifferently, "It's fine, I just want them to know that the young master of the Gu family has always cared about them, spending a lot of effort searching secretly." Yan Ji anxiously asked from below, "Then, Master, why don't you show yourself? Wouldn't that show more sincerity?" Gu Chang'e, high above, explained, "Yan Ji, you don't understand. The Gu family's ears and eyes are too numerous, making a huge uproar would make people think it's not sincere but has ulterior motives." Yan Ji below nodded, "I see. By the way, young master, there's one more thing. The successor of the human clan palace, Prince Qin, and the world's cultivators have described in detail the encounter with the inheritor of the demonic technique." In another scene, Prince Qin was speaking with the world's cultivators, facing the inheritor of the demonic technique, yet not falling behind. "The young master of the Gu family is truly remarkable, we really appreciate Gu Xiener's help. He really makes us feel safe, and his strength is unfathomable." The person opposite was also shocked. Is it possible that Gu Chang'e is stronger than the saintess? After all, he's the heir of the human ancestor temple. A man, sweating, heavily responded, "Yes." Prince Kun on the opposite side continued boasting, "Brother Gu is impossible to figure out. If we fought 10 times, I'd probably win once and lose 9 times. Upon hearing this, Gu Chang'e angrily crushed the teacup in his hand. He thought in frustration, is Prince Kun real or fake? I need her to make a name for herself. When will those potential candidates stay away from me? Gu Chang'e, with anger on his head, gritted his teeth and snorted, "You ruined my plans. I'll remember this debt." Yan Ji, still confused, asked, "What do you mean by full of potential candidates?" A light flew from the distance toward the Changxing Gu family's gates, shouting loudly, "The heir of the human ancestor temple is here. Young Master Chang'e, please take notice." 2 subordinates quickly stopped them. "How bold. The heir of the human ancestor temple just left, and you dare impersonate them? Who are you?" Immediately, the woman raised a token and loudly said, "There is not just one heir of the human ancestor temple today." The subordinates, upon seeing the token, had to carefully inspect it. "Human ancestor temple, please stop for a moment. I'll notify the young master." The mysterious woman was secretly worried, thinking, "When I used a secret method to search for Yi Ling's location in the ancient Yi clan, I was shocked to find that Yi Ling was already dead. It seems that the ancient rumors cannot be fully trusted. What on earth happened? Gu Chang'e, how many secrets are you hiding?" A moment later, a subordinate quickly ran in to report, "The young master has prepared a banquet in the heirs' hall, please proceed." The remaining subordinates secretly thought, "This heir is even more beautiful than the Changxing king." The mysterious woman, though calm, must have something on her mind. Things may become troublesome. However, even if Gu Chang'e really has a problem, he wouldn't easily make a move against me. If the heir of the human ancestor temple were in trouble, he wouldn't be foolish enough to self-immolate. The scene shifted to the Changxing Gu family's main hall. Gu Chang'e had been waiting inside and called out, "I didn't know the saintess would visit. I didn't greet you personally, but the food and drinks are ready. Please take a seat, saintess." The woman walked in without saying a word. She thought to herself, "Clearly, it's fine wine and delicacies. But why do I feel like I've entered a demon's lair? Could Gu Chang'e really be a demon lord?" Gu Chang'e warmly greeted the saintess. I hope you don't mind coming such a long way. May I ask what brings you here? A beautiful girl in a white robe cupped her hands and bowed. Gu Chang'e, Jiang Chu Chu of the Human Ancestor Temple greets young Master Chang'e. Gu Chang'e secretly admired the girl. Under my pressure, she remains calm and composed, with a long breath. She indeed has extraordinary talent. It seems the cultivators related to the Human Ancestor Temple are not simple figures. Chu Chu, such a beautiful name, and indeed, she is as captivating as her name suggests. Looking at her was heart-wrenching. Chu Chu shyly said, young Master Gu is joking. I heard that young Master Chang'e once fought against Yiling, the inheritor of the demonic arts. I have some doubts, so I came here to inquire about the details. On the surface, Chu Chu appeared elegant, but in her heart, she thought, this is my unique reverse flow divine technique, it needs some time. Gu Chang'e, let's see your true face. Gu Chang'e, surprised, asked, details. Does Saintess Chu Chu still want to hunt down Yiling? Unfortunately, he's already dead. No, didn't you know? Chu Chu wondered, her tone reflecting disbelief. Gu Chang'e must know that Yiling is dead. This person has issues. But why is he saying it directly now? She still pretended not to understand and asked, what do you mean, young Master Chang'e? Outside, everyone says Yiling went missing. Why can't I understand? Huh, it's fine. It doesn't matter if you don't understand. You'll understand in time. Come, let me toast you. Chu Chu broke into a sweat, thinking she had succeeded. How many sources and physiques has Gu Chang'e consumed? Could he be related to the inheritor of the demonic arts? Is he actually the inheritor? I can't tell the depth of his strength at all. Gu Chang'e held the wine glass, his face displeased, and asked, what's wrong, Saintess Chu Chu? Afraid I'll poison your drink? Having devoured numerous origins and physiques, he is the heir of the demonic arts, impossible to see through this person's depth. Soa Soa was holding a wine cup, not knowing whether intentionally or unintentionally, the cup fell to the ground. Gu Chang'e saw this and gently said, Soa Soa Saintess, you look unwell. I was just joking earlier, there's no need to take it to heart. Soa Soa forcibly adjusted her mood and said, sorry, I lost control just now. However, thank you, young Master Chang'e, for your concern. It would be better to refrain from such jokes in the future. The sudden interruption, I hope the young master can forgive me generously. If you say that Yiling is dead, I will go to look for clues at his place. Goodbye. As she walked, she thought to herself, I need to find a way to expose Gu Chang'e's true identity as soon as possible, or else it will bring untold disasters. Gu Chang'e looked at the back of the woman and said, the ghosts have arrived, don't leave now. Soa Soa immediately had a big question mark in her mind. After all, I am the saintess, what do you plan to do, Gu Chang'e? Before she could finish, countless small purple hands reached out from behind, holding her peach and holding her pomelo. Some hands covered her mouth to stop her from speaking, and some held her waist. Soa Soa was completely controlled, unable to escape. Gu Chang'e said, as expected, you're a fool, coming to me on your own. Your silly acting, I'm afraid, couldn't fool even Sienna. Gu Chang'e turned and asked the red-dressed beauty behind him, how's the simulated breathing? The beauty replied, the secret method given by the young master is indeed wonderful and can probe everything. With the help of the secret treasure, I can already simulate up to 80 or 90%. Gu Chang'e nodded in satisfaction, good. That's it, the next heir of the Ancestors' Hall will be you. The beauty still had some concerns, but young master, can I really deceive the people from the human race's Ancestors' Hall? Moreover, Jiang Soa Soa's clothes are not ordinary and are hard to change. Gu Chang'e advised, don't think too much, no need to go back to the human race's Ancestors' Hall. You just need to walk outside. However, Yanjie, you have a gentle personality and no sharpness. I'm afraid you might be discovered by Prince Kan's group, so pay more attention to your expression. As for the clothes, it's not